Recorded live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up. I'm Run 7. How you doing? We're putting in a Saturday special today. We got a newbie to our alliance, and I like to bump them to the top of the list, but I don't like to bump people off of the list. So we're just squeezing an extra one in. That's why I got a video coming out on Saturday. If this is scheduled appropriately, maybe it's Sunday and I forgot to schedule it. You never know. We'll find out. But we grade on 5 different criteria here. It's who you're using, their placement, their power levels, their ISOs, and what kind of mood I'm in. We talk about all sorts of things, like using your best stuff on offense and don't build for defense, and being, mindful of your resources when you invest in defensive teams, because, it's not how you get really good at the game. You don't win wars by building the best defense. You win wars by killing other people's defenses and being efficient with your resource management. Also, you can always skip ahead by checking out the description bar and seeing these teams. Just slide it until you see what you want up here in the window. And yeah, while you're down there in the description, go ahead and hit that like button for me, would you? All right, team number 1. All right, it's a Hydra 1.0 with Zemo in it. I love this team. I think this is a fantastic team for newer players especially. It doesn't take a lot of investment to become a headache for people. You don't even have to build up Red Skull at all. You could leave them base value and just put 4 minions in here with a minimal investment. Zemo makes the team that much worse. I don't like Crossbones in on this team. I think Crossbones is horrific. If you're gonna sub out a minion and try and save your resources, then sub in Winter Soldier, because we have to build him for an unlock, so you could use him. He has the Hydra tag, and maybe he'll land an ability block. I doubt it. He's crap too, but it's a thing you can do. I don't like Crossbones on this team at all. Who is this? Grenadier. He's got great synergy with Zemo, so that's a good choice. And then you got the tank calling in the taunts. I like that too. You got Fortifier across the board here. That's good. Raider on Zemo is a great choice. If you're using Zemo in the arena, I recommend going a level 5 skirmisher at least, so that he's landing that ability block when you're going against those Doom Eternal teams and stuff. And then you put Striker on Crossbones. Who cares? Crossbones is crap. Get him out of here. Find another minion or Winter Soldier if you have Winter Soldier beefed up. I think the best value is a minion, but if you don't have a minion built up and you don't want to waste those resources, it should be Winter Soldier. And Crossbones, you just wasted resources on Crossbones. I'm sorry about that. That kind of sucks. You can use this team on offense. You can swap out the guard with Hela and do some really amazing stuff. You can swap out Crossbones with Winter Soldier for that ability block, which is kind of meh because his focus still sucks. But you can do some team things with this team on offense too. So for me, sub out this one character. I could give you an A for this team. As is, I'm going to go B-. I think this is a total waste of your resources building up Crossbones. Number 2 is a Brotherhood with Psylocke. Now, I'm seeing some people use Psylocke on some of these hybrid comps, and I think that's great because she has that late cleanse that can come in and throw people off a little bit. You have Blob as a skirmisher. Now, he's got a bunch of mutant buddies, so he is retaliating most of the time. He's starting off with a taunt. He's going to be doing putting up a lot of vulnerables for you. You've got Pyro as a striker, which works if you're running Blob as a skirmisher, because then Pyro will go into those vulnerables that are all over the field and put out even more bleeds, getting some more damage from your Pyro. Pyro actually gets really dangerous when you apply T4s. I'm not recommending you apply those T4s because for the most part, everybody's dropping Pyro off of this team. But those bleeds start to really cut into your enemies when you start putting those T4s in there. Especially when you've got vulnerables on the field that he's going into and reapplying even more bleed. Raider over here is great. Skirmisher on Toad is fine. Raider on her is fine. You can also go like a skirmisher, like a level 5 skirmisher for the focus boost, but I don't think she needs it. I think Raider's a good one. Or you could just go a war ready skirmisher too on her. It doesn't really matter. This is kind of a fill it and forget it team. Some of these pieces are very usable elsewhere. You see Doom Brotherhood hybrids is getting kind of old, but that was a thing people did. I'm kind of curious about using Blob in conjunction with like Mercenaries or something like that. Or maybe if we stop using Shadowlands on offense, you could do something with Moon Knight and the way he uses deflex to do stuff. I don't know. There's some ideas out there. I'm just saying these characters characters still have some value in some high-end theory crafting stuff. Not really worth putting much of an investment in, but you've already got him up there kinda, so you could use him. I think make her war ready. I think make him a level 5 skirmisher, and I'll just give you an A for this team. Something to do. It's not great, but as is, I'm gonna go A-. I just think you could probably do something better. I don't know why you don't have Juggernaut in here, actually. That's kind of the weird one. Juggernaut would just make mags pop off that much earlier, but whatever. It's not bad. It's not bad. All right, team number 3 is a bunch of trash thrown all together, isn't it? It's just a hot bunch of trash. Okay, I think Ultimus should go on the Mercs at this level, and otherwise he should not be invested in at all. I don't like Ultimus. I've been playing around with him a little bit. I used to know how he works when you attack into that team, but I didn't really play with him that much. If you saw my fail files video, like I realized I had never even played with him on offense. So I tested him out a little bit. I'm not impressed with Ultimus at all. I'm still not gonna build him up for my Merc team, but if you are gonna use him, he should be on the Merc team. I'd like to hear from Wapo about what this defense, like what the theory is behind this defense and how it's gonna be used. Killmonger's native ISO is Raider. He has a lot of crit in his kit, so that's a good one. Raider works fine there. Healer on Minerva is good. She is pretty squishy, and we're talking about maybe switching her over to a Fortifier, but you already got her in the blue, so that's not going to happen. A big fat striker on Ultron, that's okay. So you got 2 strikers and 2 people putting out vulnerables. That's pretty good. This is like a leftover team that you kind of piece together. I'm not really sure how it's going to play out. You don't have a tank taunting, so people can just go right into Ultron and delete him pretty quick before he gets wound up. So I think maybe getting rid of, was a Swarm? Get rid of Swarm, being that he kind of kills himself without Doc Ock there. Get rid of him and put in a tank like Red Guardian or Drax, you know, so that they can't just go straight into Ultron. And like a medium-sized Drax will get revived by Minerva. It's something to do. So for me, this is pretty meh. I'm gonna go B- on it. I think you should at least swap out him and consider using Ultimus on a Merc team. Let's find out where your Mercs are at, and we'll discuss that again later, because I'm sure you probably got a Merc team. All right, we got Wave 1 Avengers. You put in Captain Marvel. It's, oh my goodness, people keep calling me. I'm gonna turn the volume off of that. That's like the 3rd time this stream. Okay, you got Captain Marvel in here in place of Black Widow. That's a thing you can do. She doesn't have a lot of synergy with this team. Mostly it's the military tag and Captain America, which is, it's good. It's substantial. You've got a pretty built up Captain America. But I think that Heimdall is a better fit. And now, depending on how much you built up your Asgardians, Heimdall in here protects Thor from being blinded, and it reduces 1 or 2 of the counters that can go into this team. At this level, though, you know, you're probably going to get some of those bigger counters that come into this. This is a pretty stubborn defense. I kind of like it. You got Skirmisher, Raider, Striker, Healer, like the ISOs. Everything you're doing here is right. There are possible better builds, but they're arguable. This is a big 7 Red Star Captain Marvel. So she's pretty tough in there. I bet your Heimdall is nowhere near this. So this is probably the best build in your case. I'm going to give you an A for that. Good job. Moving on to the Web Warriors, 725 Web Warriors went Raider across the board. I definitely like Miles as a striker to clear those positive effects. With 4 Raiders out there, you're going to have tons of vulnerables, and they're going to stay on the field for the most part because he's only going to be soaking up basically 1 at a time, right? So I think you're good if you make him a striker. You'll still have plenty of vulnerables. His damage as a Raider critting, I don't think, in my opinion, is as valuable as him clearing those 3 positive effects on his basic counter assist. So I do think that even with this investment, I think you should have gone striker. I think that was a bad choice. Other ISOs, I would not argue so avidly. Like we see Skirmisher on Peter Parker. At the higher end raids and stuff, you need that Skirmisher, so that's the thing to do. But I think in every case, I think he should be a striker, in my opinion. I know people are gonna just light up the comment section with that. Whatever. You don't come here for facts, you come here for my opinions, guys, and that's my opinion. So for me, this is an A-. I would like to see that changed, but I understand the cost of ISOs. Wait until you have, you know, you're flush with the blue ISOs and nothing better to do, then make that change. Team number 6 is your Mercs. Oh, here's why we don't have Ultimus in here. You have Silver Surfer in here instead. Okay. I mean, you could put in Killmonger in here. You could put in Ultimus in place of Shuri or in place of Silver Surfer. This is a pretty scary team. You've got it built up, 760. That's nothing to laugh about. You have Skirmisher, Striker. That's okay. I understand. He attacks less than every other turn, and it's kind of frustrating wasting a Striker ISO on it. I feel the pain there. So you're getting Skirmisher on here to put more vulnerables on for Surfer. That's a thing to do. It's okay. You still have Striker Skirmisher combo going there, but no other Mercs. Something you might think about. You got some good power in these. You might think about taking Shuri away and adding Killmonger in here as a Striker. Or even Korath. Man, this team would be fast and open up pretty big. Korath with a Striker coming in, gaining the assist from him, and then Silver Surfer comes in and just blows it all up. Could be a really fast team. You're losing speed from Taskmaster because you only have 2 Mercs. That's why I kind of want to get another Merc in on this team. I don't know. You know, watch your history, see what they're attacking into this, and then Wapo, get back to me, and we'll discuss this some more. For right now, I'm gonna give you an A. You're mixing up an older team and trying something new, so I'll give you the A for it. It's not disgusting in any way, shape, or form. It's pretty solid. I'm just curious how this plays out. So tell me about your histories, get back to me, and we'll talk some more. All right, team number 7. Oh dear me. Total waste to this team, buddy. You just totally wasted not just your Eternals, but your Inhumans too. And you oh man. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna look at this team and go, oh look, there's Greg. They're gonna come in with their Eternals and Emma and nobody else. They don't even need, it's a 3-piece that kills this team because Icarus is gonna open up first. He's gonna definitely kill Greg, and then he's gonna pop off again and just wipe this team out. The turn meter's gonna be rewound, and anybody who's not dead, Cersei's gonna clean them up. Rewind that turn meter even more. It doesn't matter that Yo-Yo's there putting offense down. I'm not even sure if that offense down sticks to Eternals the way their kits work. So this was a total waste of not only your Eternals, but your Inhumans too. Ooh. This is ugly, man. This is ugly. Get Hela out of there. I'm not sure you even want Yo-Yo in there because she's squishy enough that she might die from an opening with Icarus. That's what everybody does in war. It's just you see Eternals on defense, you go in with Eternals on offense, you mirror it with 1 notch more speed. It's the most efficient way to beat those teams. You know, and another thing you can do is use Weapon X on them, and they're coming in with a ton of heal blocks, so Hela's gonna die too. So this is really not good. This is really not good. I want to see you either get Hela out of here, and you can keep Black Bolt and Yo-Yo on there, and just watch your histories. But maybe think about putting Emma in here to speed this team up. Maybe thinking about putting America Chavez in here because she's supposed to have adjacent speed, right? So you could put Icarus, America Chavez, Cersei, and then go Emma and Cable. And this team's gonna be faster than anything they can do anything with, which could be very, very, very stubborn. And I don't like saying the word very 3 times. That just shows you have a small vocabulary. So try that out. Try something like that out now that this patch is out, because it should be out by the time of this recording. And that'll be a killer defense. But for me, this is a huge waste of 2 teams. I don't like it. I'm giving you an F for that one. Team number 8. This is just kind of a Marauder hybrid here. You've got Sinister, which is looking good. You've got her as a level 4 skirmisher. That's fine. I think you probably overinvested in her gear, but that's okay. What's done is done. Doc Ock putting deflex on these 2, which is one way you can do it. Another way you can do it is, and I think this is probably a better position, would be Strife, Doc Ock, and then Mystique. So Mystique gets the deflex and gives them to Sinister, and Sinister gives them back to the whole team. And then Strife is getting deflex all the time, making him tougher to get through. It's not far off the mark, though. It's a good kind of, you know, you're just kind of plug and play in some stuff that doesn't have a ton of value elsewhere. I'm glad Emma isn't on this, but I would like to see Emma with your Eternals on a super duper speed up build. So, okay. Nothing wrong with the ISOs here. You have one skirmisher, one striker, and then you got healers and a fortifier. It's looking pretty good. You could take Strife to level 5 fortifier if you wanted to. He does work really well with that barrier. It makes him that much tougher to get through. But this is still in the vicinity of all the counters that roll over. Marauders are still probably going to roll over this. It's just a little bit more tricky with some of that RNG. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to go ahead and give you an A for it. There's nothing wrong. Maybe try out a different placement. See how that works. Number 9, Heroes for Hire. You've got Raider, Skirmisher, Striker, Fortifier. This is perfect build. Perfect ISOs, perfect placement. A for that team. Good job. Team number 10. Look at this scary beast. Look at this scary beast. This is where your Emma is. She's trying to close that window of where you can ability block cloak or kill dagger. You got to do one or the other. You got to kill dagger before she gets going, or you got to ability, you got to kill dagger before cloak pops off, or you got to ability block cloak so that you have the time to work this team down. And then you're putting Doom in here. He's very scary. This probably is going to get one shot, but they're not going to mess around, and they're going to use their biggest and best for this. So this is a really scary defense. Let's see. Skirmisher, Striker, Healer. They're throwing out the extra vulnerables, so it's okay that you've got 3 Strikers and 1 Skirmisher. You're still going to have plenty of vulnerables on the field. They're blue ISO through the moon. Huge power investment. This is fantastic. So I like this team. See how it works. But again, like, can you build a very similar team and still draw in the same kind of offense into it and be able to use Emma with that speed meta Eternals, making them super duper fast? Because remember, America Chavez doesn't give speed up to adjacent on offense, only defense. So you're building a speed meta team that no one can get faster than, which means they're probably going to start having to use like a Weapon X into that or something. Not to mention you'll have members of YA and stuff. Remains to be seen. I don't know, but you could build up like a big Red Guardian or something and put that in there so that you have the early taunt in the beginning, and they'll have to go into it with a Zemo to ability block here, and then maybe spread it with a Hela to the rest of the team or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. There's solutions to this for sure, but this is a big scary defense, and it's going to draw in some powerful, pretty meta tunes, I think. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to give you an A for this. This is another one I'd like you to share your histories with me and tell me how it goes, who's attacking into this. Very interesting team, and I like it. All right. This has been Grandmaster Wapo's defense. If you want your defense featured here, links are in the description. While you're down there, hit that like button. Subscribe for more videos. I'm putting out daily content. I'm trying to get to where I'm getting 7 videos a day. Maybe I'll start doing, recording these 3 at a time more often. Lord knows the list is long enough. All right. Don't just have a good game. Be good to yourselves and others too, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.